Hello, it's Kristen and I'm back with you for another grocery haul. It's not a huge one, but I'm excited because it's like I told you, it's Labor Day weekend coming up on, so there are really good sales to be had on meat at most general stores. Now this isn't something you're typically going to find at a Walmart or Aldi. This is when you need to go to some other stores, but it's definitely worth checking out. So let me show you what I got today when I went to Meijer and the meat sales I found. Stay tuned because at the end I'm going to show you and tell you what exactly I'm going to do with this meat and things. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so the kids and I went to Meijer today and it really was not a big trip. This really is it, and I'll explain exactly why. So I went for the meat. The meat deal this week is a buy one, get one free on their 80-20% ground beef. So you'll notice it's normally $4.99 a pound, but when you're getting buy one, get one free, then it drops to $2.50 a pound, which is an amazing price to have. And it's the family size packages, so they're all around 3 pounds. I always try to look through and find the ones that are slightly bigger, around the 3.5 if I can, to make the most of it. Now, the deal at our store was a limit of 4, so you bought one and you got the second one free, and then it happened twice. So I went ahead and did that and bought 14 pounds of ground beef. This is definitely a time to stock up. You can go back multiple times, and I will probably go back at least once this week. Our freezer is actually pretty well stocked on meat from the last time for Memorial Day sales still. I just went through and tallied things, but because they are saying beef prices are really going to go higher due to droughts and farmers selling off a lot of their herds, if you can move money around and find a good deal, please take advantage of it and stock up on meat this week so you don't have to spend full price for a long time. I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do with that meat in a minute. Let me show you what else I got. So I got grapes were 99 cents a pound. Vitamins were buy one, get one free. And it's funny because I just bought these at Walmart last week. Now, those bottles were 200 count and these are 180. So I got 200 count at Walmart for $9.96. At Walmart, they're 180 for $12.49, but it was a buy one, get one free. So basically for $2.50 more, I just got 160 extra vitamins. So the kids were excited to have some other fun vitamins. So I got that while I was there. And I also did today the shop and scan, which is why you'll see that label on my grapes. I've never done that before. It was a little different, but I did it because it was $10 off a purchase when you spent 30 or more. And my meat right away I knew was going to be at 30. It was actually pretty easy to do. I was surprised by that. You just scan your things on the Meijer app and then you go through checkout as normal. I just scanned it all at once. I got my kids their free cookie and let them look at the fish while I quickly scanned through things. And so it worked out pretty well. And then while I was there, I also checked out their clearance because their clearance, and this is where you have to really look, the red tag clearance in some areas was 50% off, the lowest markdown price. And then some, it was the yellow tag was 30%. So just look what you're doing. But look, I got socks for $2.50 for 6 pairs of socks, which I really needed socks, so those are for me. And then I went ahead and did Christmas shopping. These are Mario pajamas, and it's actually 2 sets. There's 2 shirts, and then there's a shorts and pants, perfect for my son for Christmas, and it ended up being $7.50 for that. So we bought that, and I told Lily not to tell her brother that we're going to pack that away. So that's what I got at Meijer today. Like I said, not a big trip. I spent $39.74 on the food. And then the clothes here were $9.72, but that won't come out of my grocery budget. So for the food, when I add that in, it means I've spent $442 this month, 52 out of my $475 budget, which leaves me with $32 left, which, like I said, I'll probably go back to Meijer and stock up again on meat. So let me tell you, again, I'm going to flip you around and I'll tell you exactly what I do with all this ground beef. Okay, so what I do with ground beef is that I make sure my freezer is full of ground beef. There's a couple things I do. I don't ever freeze it in the full packages like you just saw that I bought. I divide it all up into smaller things. First thing you can do is you can leave some of it raw. And if I do, I tend to put it in about a pound package or a pound and a half around that, and I wrap it in foil, or I do it in small sandwich bags and flatten it. I actually really like to do that because it thaws a lot faster. So I just keep it raw. That's one thing I do with some of the meat, and then I have it all ready to go to cook up for different meals. The second thing I like to do is I'll take a couple packages all at once like this, and this is what I did last time in Memorial Day, and I cook it all up. Sometimes I add onions. If you use onions in a lot of things, you might as well. Otherwise, just cook it as is. And then again, once it's all cooked, you cool it off. And again, I put it in about 1 pound bags, in sandwich size bags, seal them up, and then I stack a bunch of them in a gallon size bag and freeze them. So I have ready to cook meat, which is a lifesaver for busy meals, especially when you want to do tacos or sloppy joes, or my kids love an enchilada casserole. All those things, ground beef's ready to cook. You're ready to have a quick dinner in a hurry. Then the third thing you can do is we do a lot of hamburgers here and grilling them out. And I used to never like taking them out, thawing the meat, doing the patties, until I got smart and thought, oh, I can just make patties as soon as I get the ground beef. I make a bunch of patties. I've started mixing in 1 packet of dry onion soup mix into like one of those family size packages, about 3.5 pounds, and then I just make them into patties. And I put wax paper in between each patty, and then rack. For our family, I stack of 6 or 7. My kids are still little, so they don't always eat a full hamburger, and it leaves like 1 maybe extra of leftovers, maybe if we have it, or for my husband's lunches. So then I wrap that stack wax paper in between each, wrap them in foil, and I freeze them like that. So I have hamburgers ready to go. I just have to thaw them. Of course, you can always get more crazy if you're buy a lot, and I do this sometimes. I make meatballs or I make meatloaf. Sometimes I freeze it raw. A lot of times I cook them first and then freeze them again, so I have meals ready to go. I do have an article on my blog about how I freeze cooked hamburger and cooked chicken, so I will link that in the description of this video so you can find out more about how I do that. So that's what I bought this week. Like I said, please go check your sales around. If you have a Meijer near you, I know ground beef is on sale, so check it out. Kroger, unfortunately, is not running sales right now, but their ad switches on Wednesday, so stay tuned and keep an eye on that. Our Fresh Thyme, if you have a Fresh Thyme around you, it's $2.99 for 80/20 as well, and that's through Tuesday. So if you want to do that, check whatever your local stores are, and if you can find ground beef on sale or any other meats, stock up while you can. That will help your budget. Even if you have to move things in and dip into next month's budget or next week's budget, this is one of those times I would highly recommend it, because if you can save a lot of money on beef or any of your meats, you're really going to see that savings in your grocery budget. So let me know if you found some good deals on ground beef. I'd love to know where you found them and what your prices were depending on where you were. And I will be back next time I have another grocery haul. Thanks for joining me.